Flights are getting more expensive in Canada. Should you book now or wait? Right now, Canadian travelers are facing a big question that could literally cost them hundreds of dollars. Do you book your flight now or wait for prices to drop? Because airfare in 2026 is not behaving normally. Across Canada and global routes, airlines are steadily increasing prices due to one major factor: rising jet fuel costs caused by global oil volatility and ongoing geopolitical tensions. Jet fuel is one of the largest operating expenses for airlines, often making up 20 to 30% of total costs. When oil prices surge, even temporarily, airlines react quickly, adjusting fares, adding fuel surcharges, or reducing capacity to protect profit margins. And right now, fuel markets have been anything but stable. Ongoing conflicts in key oil-producing regions, supply constraints, and fluctuating global demand have created sharp swings in crude oil prices. Even small increases per barrel can significantly impact airline costs across thousands of daily flights. As a result, carriers are passing those increases directly to passengers, not just through base fares, but through layered pricing strategies that make tickets more expensive overall. And this isn't just a small adjustment. Recent travel data and industry patterns show airlines are already raising transatlantic and international fares, particularly on high-demand routes between Canada, Europe, and Asia. Fuel surcharges are being added or increased on multiple long-haul routes, sometimes adding $50, $150 per ticket depending on distance. Some carriers are reducing flight frequencies or cutting less profitable routes entirely to control costs and maintain load factors. Economy tickets on long-haul flights are rising the fastest as airlines rebalance pricing across cabins to maximize revenue. Premium cabins are also seeing price pressure, but demand remains strong from business and high-income travelers. There's also another factor at play. Strong post-pandemic travel demand hasn't slowed down. Canadians are still traveling in high numbers, especially for international vacations and family visits. That sustained demand gives airlines less incentive to drop prices, even when costs stabilize. So are prices actually going up right now? Yes, but unevenly. Airfare isn't rising in a straight line. Instead, it's fluctuating based on route, timing, demand, and competition. Some routes may still appear stable or even slightly cheaper in the short term, especially if airlines are trying to fill seats early. Some experts say airfare overall is still relatively stable compared to extreme spikes seen in previous years. But here's the key problem. The real impact is delayed, but unavoidable. Fuel prices are trending upward over time, not down. Airlines adjust fares quickly when costs spike, but reduce them slowly. This creates a lag effect where prices may look reasonable now, but increase suddenly once airlines fully price in higher costs. Industry analysts are warning that airlines are entering a price adjustment cycle, where increases happen in waves rather than all at once. It's not a question of if airfares will go up, but when and by how much. Another important detail: airlines now rely heavily on dynamic pricing algorithms. These systems constantly adjust fares based on demand, booking patterns, seasonality, and remaining seat inventory. That means two people searching the same flight at different times could see completely different prices. Should Canadians book now or wait? Here's what current travel analysts are basically saying. Book now if you're flying in summer or peak season June-September, holidays, March break. You're traveling internationally, especially to Europe, Asia, or high-demand U.S. destinations. You already found a decent fare that fits your budget. Your travel dates are fixed and not flexible. You're booking within the next 2 to 6 months. Why? Because prices are more likely to rise than drop in the short term, especially with fuel costs increasing and airlines adjusting pricing in real time. As flights begin to fill up, remaining seats are typically sold at higher fare classes. Some analysts warn that during peak booking windows, fares can increase within days or even hours as demand spikes. There's also less last-minute discounting than in previous years. Airlines have become much more precise with pricing, meaning they rarely need to slash prices close to departure. Only wait if your trip is highly flexible. You can shift dates by days or even weeks. You're traveling during off-peak seasons, late fall, early winter, excluding holidays. You're flying domestically on competitive routes with multiple airlines. You can monitor fares consistently using alerts and booking tools. There are occasional dips, but they're short-lived and hard to predict. And airlines are getting smarter. Fewer last-minute deals because planes are filling earlier. More aggressive dynamic pricing that raises fares as demand builds. Faster fare increases once certain seat thresholds are reached. Increased use of basic economy pricing that looks cheap, but adds fees later. The real travel hack for 2026. Instead of trying to time the market, which is becoming increasingly unreliable, experts are now recommending a strategy focused on risk reduction rather than perfect timing. Book early for peak travel periods, ideally 2 to 6 months in advance for international trips. Use fare tracking tools to monitor price changes and book when prices dip slightly. Be flexible with departure days. Midweek flights are often cheaper than weekends. Consider nearby airports or alternative routes to reduce costs. Look at total trip cost, not just base fare fees. Baggage, seat selection all add up. Another growing trend, some travelers are booking earlier than ever before to lock in prices, even if it means slightly overpaying upfront, just to avoid larger increases later. One major travel insight sums it up clearly. Waiting too long in today's market usually means paying more, not less. Final verdict, what you should do. If you're a Canadian traveler right now, here's the reality. Flights are not guaranteed to get cheaper. Fuel costs and global instability are pushing prices upward. Demand for travel remains strong across most routes. Airlines are using smarter pricing systems that reduce discounts. So in most cases, the safer move is book now, not wait, because in today's market, hesitation doesn't save money. It usually costs you more.